Hi, this is Nathan, and you can't see me because it's still dark, but I'm sitting with a comrade on a train track in Westford, Massachusetts, and we are blocking a coal train with 100 cars and 13,500 tons of coal that would have been delivered to the Granite Shore Power Merrimack Generating Station, a dirty coal-fired power plant in Bow, New Hampshire. And we are locked to the rail. The train that was delivering has been stopped, so we are completely safe from any chance of the train coming. The train has been stopped. And we will be periodically live streaming today. We're going to hold this space and block that train for as long as we can, as long as our bodies last. And we're here in solidarity with the residents of Bow who have been damaged by the pollution from that coal-fired plant. And we're here in solidarity with rail workers who are struggling for their rights, which have been deprived from them by CSX, the rail operator whose train we've stopped, who haven't even given the workers basic fair conditions, working conditions like paid leave, paid sick leave. So we're here in solidarity with the local community in Bow and frontline communities like them everywhere, and working people who are getting screwed over by corporations like CSX and the fossil fuel industry, the coal industry, which has captured the highest levels of the US government. And the sun will be coming up soon, so you'll be able to see a little bit more as we proceed through the day and maybe even into the night. We'll see how long it goes. So stay tuned. We'll be back not too long. Thanks. Hi, it's Nathan. Back again. We're in Westford, Massachusetts. We're blocking a coal train. I'm here with a comrade, and we are sitting on the track. We're here to block a train of 100 cars of coal carrying 13,500 tons of coal from probably Pennsylvania. The amount of coal in those cars, 13,500 tons, are equivalent to the carbon emissions of 6,300 automobiles for a year. And so we're here for climate reasons and climate justice. We're here to shut down the delivery of that coal, which would have been going to the Bow, New Hampshire Merrimack Generating Station, the last remaining coal-fired generating station in New England that does not have a shutdown date. We're here to demand that that plant become delisted from the electric grid, the ISO New England, Independent System Operator of New England. I'm actually here as a member of the Consumer Liaison Group of the ISO New England. And I'm here because ratepayers are getting ripped off. Residents of Bow, New Hampshire are having their lungs damaged by the coal that's being burned. The workers on the train that we have just stopped safely maybe a few hundred yards up the track from us, are not being treated fairly by the corporation CSX. So we're here in solidarity with the rail workers. We're here in solidarity with the frontline community in Bow, New Hampshire, and frontline communities everywhere who are suffering from the profiteering that they are paying the price for in their health. I'm gonna flip the camera around. Yeah. Okay. So there is something coming toward us with a light, and it's not a train because we would hear it. I'm guessing it's the railroad police that have been alerted because a call has been made to stop the train. We only came to this track and walked down to this track, my comrade and I, after we knew that the train had safely been stopped and confirmed to have been stopped. So this is a safe act of nonviolent civil disobedience to stop the continued burning of coal in New England and around the world. Lights, it's hard to tell if they're still coming or they're just assessing what's going on. It's a kind of a blinding light, as you can see, and they might just be checking out what they're going to have to deal with us. Thank you for the note, Amanda. I see you're on live stream here. No Coal, No Gas is a campaign that is broad-based. It's centered on closing down the Bow, New Hampshire coal-fired plant, but it's much broader than that, because the thing that's keeping Bow going and keeping that coal going are the unjust, unfair, and profiteering policies of the grid operator, the ISO New England. And so what we're stopping here is immediately 100 cars of coal to the Bow plant, but we're stopping business as usual and the status quo for the entire New England grid. We're working on multiple fronts and growing larger and more powerful, and that includes direct actions like this, peaceful, non-violent direct actions, and it also includes engaging directly with the New England grid, with legislators, with policymakers. Just a few weeks ago, the No Coal, No Gas slate had a huge victory with the ISO New England, having a slate of 6 people elected to the Consumer Liaison Group, the only elected body, publicly elected body of the New England grid. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So we've got lights ahead of us, lights behind us. We'll be interacting with law enforcement here momentarily, and we'll keep this live stream going and as long as we can. And we'll see what happens here. Fortunately, we have a wonderful police liaison with us, and so our job is just, my comrade and myself, is to hold down the space. That's all we have to do. at this point at least.
You guys want to come out of the woods?
Guys, come on over here, please.
demands are met.
We've just demanded a meeting with ISO Board Chair Cheryl LaFleur to discuss our demand to have the Bow coal plant delisted and to have a proper accounting for the climate damage and the environmental damage ongoing that's happening from the Bow coal-fired plant, the Merrimack generating station. We've given them phone numbers for the ISO to contact Board Chair LaFleur. Among our other demands are to meet with the CEO of CSX Rail and the CEO of Granite Shore Power, James Andrews. Our police liaison is continuing to negotiate with the Westford Police, presenting our demands, also explaining why we're here, and that we've tried every conventional approach to have the Granite Shore Power Merrimack Generating Station delisted and shut down. We've gone to legislators, policymakers, the ISO, New England itself. So this is a necessity. This act is necessary. We've basically been We love you too, Kathy. Thank you for that beautiful note.
What's you guys' name?
I'm Nathan.
Rose.
So you guys all together? So why are they not part of whatever? Part of it. What is your goal, I guess, by being out here? Well, it's finish the dance floor. Okay, you understand you're trespassing on the railroad property. Yeah, this is railroad property. And trespass on railroad property is arrestable offense. Okay, you understand that? Railroad police have representatives coming out here as well. I understand that you have command, is what I was told. If you want to explain to me, definitely I can help you. Anything having to do with the railroad, administration, anything on that. I hear you. I guess that you have an issue with this one. Right. Coming out here and disrupting the service isn't the way to go about it. I get the reason for it. This obviously isn't good. We are going to have to, you guys leave. Okay? You're going to refuse to leave, or you're going to go by that because you are subject to arrest. I'm not the boss. You guys are the guys that are sitting on the floor. Okay, well, we can all talk together. I'm not sure why you were over here separate from them if you guys were all together. I assume you were the one to speak. I'm not. Oh, I am. Okay. Well, I'm not looking for that. I'm looking to let you guys know what we have. You guys are in violation. Talk about that and discuss what you guys are willing to do. Again, like I said, the railroad, police have representatives on the railroad too. They may be able to give you more information as far as whatever you want. That's what I want to advise you guys. You are all in violation of this. Okay? You guys aware of that as well? Okay?
Yep.
So I'll give you this time. If you guys want to talk amongst yourselves, that's fine.
All right, we're going to have a little conference here, and I'm going to sign off for now, and we'll be back in touch hopefully. Thank you all. Hey everyone, we're back again, live from Westford, Massachusetts. Here on this train track, you might be able to see it. Maybe not. It's starting to get lighter, and we've blocked a coal train, 100-car coal train, safely. It stopped several hundred yards up the track from us, and we're here to protest the continued burning of coal at New England's last coal-fired power plant that doesn't have a shutdown date. If we don't do this, business as usual proceeds, and no one else is going to shut it down. The grid managers are doing nothing to shut this down. We've reached out to elected officials at the federal level, at the state level. The progress has not happened, so it's a necessity for us to do direct nonviolent action to stop the coal delivery to Bow, New Hampshire at the Merrimack Generating Station. The train that we stopped had 100 cars with 13,500 tons of coal that would lead to if burned, would lead to the equivalent emissions of about 6,300 passenger vehicles for a year. And they are sending these trains periodically. So this is not just one, but this is a series of damaging shipments of a damaging fuel, damaging to the climate, damaging to frontline communities, their lungs, their health, and damaging to the workers who are being taken advantage of by the rail company CSX, not even giving them basic worker benefits like paid sick leave. So we're here in solidarity with frontline communities, working people, rail workers in particular, and everyone who is suffering from the climate crisis, the climate emergency. Well, the Westward Police are here now, and our expert negotiator is discussing our demands. Our demands include a guaranteed meeting with the board chair of the New England Grid, the ISO New England Independent System Operator for New England, also the CEO of CSX Corporation, as well as James Andrews, the CEO of Granite Shore Power. We've conveyed their phone numbers, their business phone numbers, and contact information. And if they guarantee an in-person meeting with us to discuss the delisting of that coal-fired power plant, then we will agree to remove ourselves from the track. So we're waiting to hear if we're going to get that guaranteed meeting. Our police liaison is continuing to explain our reasons for being here. Our emissions are climbing. They're not slowing down, and they're unprecedented in the last million years. That's why the Arctic is melting at a rapid pace. Sea level is rising, and business as usual cannot continue to go on. And in the absence of leadership by the ISO New England and other government agencies, we have to stop it ourselves. And that's what we're doing. So at present, my comrade and I are waiting to hear whether our demands are going to be met to have those guaranteed meetings. And we'll see where we go from there. I'm also here personally as a member of the ISO New England. About a month ago, I was elected as one of a slate by the No Coal, No Gas campaign for a position on the coordinating committee of the ISO New England Consumer Liaison Group. It's the only publicly elected body associated with the grid, the New England grid. It's the only porthole between the ISO New England, the grid managers and the grid market auctioneers, and the public, the ratepayers. In addition to all of the horrible things that result from the burning of coal in New Hampshire, it's also a ratepayer ripoff. The subsidy paid to the coal barons, it comes straight from ratepayers like you and me. I am the grandson of a coal miner in western Pennsylvania, a union coal miner in western Pennsylvania. There's a long history of resistance in the Appalachians against greedy, profiteering coal barons who don't care about working people, whether that be Black Lung or CSX, not even giving basic working fair benefits like paid sick leave to their workers. So I'm here on behalf of ratepayers, frontline communities, and working people, and particularly rail workers who get screwed over big time in this country, also in the UK and elsewhere. Get a picture of that railroad track. It's really hard to see, but as you can see, it's getting lighter now. One of the latest policies that really reveal the grid operator to be simply supporting the status quo, the incumbent fossil fuel generators, and trying to exclude clean energy, is this rule that came out a year ago to delay and to suppress renewable energy on the grid. And the language used in the docket from the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission justifying the suppression of renewables on the New England grid in so many words said that the renewable energy is too affordable and it's not fair to the fossil fuel producers that the renewable energy is too affordable. So, as a ratepayer advocate for the Consumer Liaison Group, that's an outrage. It's a ratepayer ripoff, and that's one of the motivating reasons that I'm here locking down to this railroad track, is because plants like the Merrimack Generating Station are benefiting directly from policies that are overseen by the board of directors of the ISO New England, the executive director of the ISO New England, and I'm part of the ISO New England as part of this consumer liaison group, and there needs to be a wake-up call. So that's a reason that I'm here, and I'm going to look forward to taking the action here into our upcoming meetings of the Consumer Liaison Group with the ISO, but to emphasize the point that we cannot continue with the status quo and the profiteering for fossil fuels. We're gonna tune out here for a bit and check in a little bit later with you, but we're in high spirits. My comrade and I, we've got a great police liaison with us, and the network of support from everyone is just amazing. The No Coal, No Gas campaign and where it's reaching, connecting with ordinary ratepayers as well as the frontline communities. We're gaining power and we're making change happen, and this is part of that change, working with direct action, also working directly with the ISO in the corporate boardrooms, or at least in the hotel ballrooms, where we can engage directly with the leadership of the grid. All right. Goodbye for now. We'll be back shortly. Back again. This is Nathan, and we are in Westford, Massachusetts on a railroad track. We have blocked a 100-car coal train safely. It stopped several hundred yards up the track from us. Had 100 cars with 13,500 tons of coal destined for Bow, New Hampshire, and the Merrimack Generating Station, which is the last coal-fired power plant in New England that does not have a shutdown date. The police are here now. We're safe. Looks like the railroad police are here now. We've got a great police liaison. Been negotiating with the police. Our demands are to have a guaranteed meeting with the board chair of the Independent System Operator of New England, that's the New England Grid, to discuss our demands to stop the ratepayer subsidy, the massive ratepayer subsidy for coal, for the enrichment of a few corporate people in Connecticut that are profiting off of the harm and the damage done to people in the community of Bow, New Hampshire. Just like frontline communities are being damaged by profiteers around the nation and the world. and it's all being funded by ratepayers. Our demands also are to the CEO of the rail company that treats their workers poorly, doesn't even provide basic
Hey guys,
worker provisions.
what do you guys attach to the truck? I see the duct tape, but what else is there? So that we obviously don't want you guys getting hurt. That's my main concern.
Yeah.
So
It's
please
yeah.
be honest with me. I'm looking out for you guys' best interest. It's not going to change anything as far as what you're doing.
It's detective over PVC pipe. I'm gonna walk into that.
What do you mean locked into it?
With like chains
This change where?
under the pipe.
How big is this pipe? Is it the pipe on your arm?
It's all.
Yeah.
It's what you can see basically. It's
Yeah.
you know, there's nothing like going below that that's any larger diameter than what you can see.
This whole diameter is PVC.
around your arm?
Yep.
Thank you. And what's holding your arm into it? Is it just the duct tape?
Oh, it's the chain mechanism. That is PVC.
What is the chain? Is the chain attached to your hand? Or I'm
Yeah.
trying to understand the mechanics of it underneath that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the chain is attached like the chain attaches our hands to the pipe.
The corporate owners in Connecticut are reaping enormous sums of money off of ratepayers and not having to pay for any of the damage that they're doing to the community, the poor treatment of rail workers, and the climate. The CO2 emissions are astounding from the coal. This one shipment is the equivalent of 6,300 motor vehicles driven for an entire year. And it's just one shipment to this one plant. It's the last plant without a shutdown date in New England. And so we're determined to do what it takes to shut it down. Let's see if we can get a picture here of it. This is our rail track. I'm here with a friend and comrade. We're sharing this device that goes under the track. It's a cold day, but it's still, as you can see. So we're pretty comfortable. We're bundled up. Oh, I'm doing okay for now, but thank you. Appreciate that. So our message to the ISO New England board chair Cheryl LaFleur, ISO the grid executive director Gordon Van Welly, as well as the CSX CEO and the Granite Shore Power CEO, James Andrews, is that business as usual, status quo profiteering, and wanton damage to our climate and frontline communities is no longer acceptable and is not going to be tolerated by ratepayers, frontline communities, and working people. No Coal, No Gas has been, as a campaign, working since 2019 on getting this dirty coal-fired power plant shut down and stopping the profiteering. But it's much bigger than that, because to shut down that plant, it's obvious that the entire ISO New England, the grid itself, this protected monopolistic market has to be changed. And currently they're really operating on autopilot. And so it takes peaceful, nonviolent actions like this to get them to wake up and listen. We're also in solidarity with, in addition to the rail workers who are getting screwed over by CSX, the coal miners themselves who have never been treated fairly with black lung disease and other respiratory diseases, and haven't been provided with the workforce training and the economic incentives to make the transition that we need to make. So we're in a bit of a waiting phase to see if our demands are going to be met, to have a guaranteed meeting with the ISO board chair and the others I mentioned, and we'll see if our demands are met. So we're operating in good faith here, and hope for the best. But we're prepared to wait as long as it takes to get the answer that we need. Okay, tune out for now, and we'll be back in touch shortly. See y'all.